Going into the first player then. I'm only joking. I know everyone wants my intros to be that short, but I have to still talk for a little bit, don't I? Just before the video, don't I? But I'm getting better. I think a few of you have noticed in the comment section, I am actually getting better. Welcome to today's transfer rumour episode. Well, obviously I only do one of these a week. We'll take a look at the players that could be moving in January. The transfer rumours linked to these players. As always, guys, you can smash a like and a thumbs up down below. 5,000 likes on this video, and a confirmed transfer one is happening on Saturday or maybe Friday. I might bring it a day earlier if you do, smash the likes for me down below. And make sure you subscribe to me for daily, well not daily, but mostly daily football videos, FIFA videos, stuff like that. And obviously a lot of transfer videos, a lot of football videos. I'm keeping you all up to date the best of my ability. GetGripped.co.uk doing a massive sale on some of their controllers in the description, guys. PlayStation, Xbox, you name it. Rossi will also get yourself 5% more discount. But now it's actually time to get into the first player then. Shall we get into it? Yes, we shall. This guy's been talked about loads this week. We have Diego Costa going to China. Now this one, alright, this one has caused a massive stir in the Premier League this week. This dude's been dropped from the team, alright, so he got dropped for the team, and that Chelsea still went on to win 3-0, so they weren't really that bothered in him, okay, but he actually got dropped, but he's back in the team right now after a few days. He's back in the team. Now this is a pretty interesting sort of situation here with Diego Costa, because the Chinese team that are interested have now kind of said they can't sign him for a certain reason, alright, but let me talk about that in a minute, because it involves another player, and that might be the reason, so we'll talk about him in a second. But Chelsea apparently have no intentions of selling Diego Costa, and mid reports the striker as a transfer target of Chinese club. Now obviously Costa's been offered a huge contract by some of these Chinese clubs, and he's used that money and that sort of leverage to try and get a new deal at Chelsea. So he said to Chelsea, they've offered me this much money, I want Chelsea to offer me that much money as well, otherwise I'm going to leave. So now obviously there have been reports that he fell out with Conte. Conte apparently shouted at him across the training ground saying, F off to China or something like that. Apparently this is just rumours, but reports in China and obviously the UK are saying that Costa could have earned £30 million a year if he went to China, which is absolutely astonishing, of course. But the BBC Sports actually understands that Blues owner Roman Abramovich, as you all I'm pretty sure are aware of, were not bowed to interest from China in the club's top goal scorer. China have already bought one player basically from Chelsea this year, Oscar for 60 million, so they've done a bit of deal with the club already, so the club know about the situations going on over there. But since this, okay, obviously he's got back into the Chelsea team, so all the Chelsea fans are actually quite happy about that. It looks like he could be staying, but we're still a couple of weeks from the end of January yet, and obviously the rumours are still circulating, so I'm guessing anything could actually happen at this point. Now the reason why he actually may not be leaving, okay, is because the Chinese owner of this team, okay, the owner of this team that was going to sign Costa, has come out and said that they're nearly signing Cavani. Now Cavani is apparently really, really close in advanced stages to joining in China, and because of the foreign rule about foreign players, the Chinese owner has actually come out and said he can't sign Costa and Cavani, so it's basically one or the other, and because he's in more advanced stages with Cavani, it looks like it's going to be Cavani, not Costa. But if the Cavani thing falls through, then I guess Costa could be, them moving as well. But if Cavani goes, then it means no room for Costa at the same club. It could happen to different clubs, but this is the same club. Now this is actually confirmed by the actual owner of this Chinese Super League football team, alright? So he's actually trying to say we are in advanced stages with Cavani, and for that reason, because of the foreign transfer player rule or whatever it is, we cannot sign Costa and Cavani. Now I'm not going to talk about any more Chinese Super League transfers in this video, because I do seem to cover them quite a lot, because obviously there's lots of rumours, lots of transfers always happening with that league. So I'm going to try and give it a miss for the rest of the episode. I want to talk about 4 more players after Costa and Cavani. So I usually do 5 an episode, but I'm doing 6 today as a bit of a bonus. The episodes on the weekend did really, really well, and as a bonus we're going to do 4 more players to cover 6 overall, because obviously I've talked about China. I don't want to talk about China too much in all these episodes, because you can end up rambling on about China for a whole episode if I wanted to. But instead I want to talk about a player that's absolutely caused massive controversy this week, and it's sort of changed the way English football fans have looked at this player, right? And we have Dimitri Payet. Now this guy wants to leave West Ham. Everyone in the world of football knows about this news, so it's only fitting that actually I talk about it, to be honest. Okay, West Ham Dimitri Payet could soon be subject of a third Marseille offer. So Marseille have already made 2 offers of Payet. West Ham have rejected both so far, but now it looks like Marseille are set to make a third offer. Now let's take a look at this, alright? Marseille are preparing to make a third bid for West Ham's one-to-way midfielder Dimitri Payet. Sky sources understand, so it's top sources that are saying this, which means it's basically true. Talks on Monday after a second offer from the French side of around £20 million failed to end an agreement over a transfer for the 29-year-old who spent 2 seasons with Marseille before joining the Hammers. So West Ham are saying we want more than £20 million for Payet, which I think is fair enough, to be honest. He's definitely worth way more than that. This guy's one of the top players probably in the world. He's still 29 years of age, but he's still got to be worth more than £20 million. Well, certainly West Ham think so. Payet trained with West Ham's under-23 squad on Wednesday, having worked one-to-one with training staff at their academy base, because obviously he's been dropped from the main team. He's not training with the first team anymore. Can you imagine if the West Ham under-23 boys don't even want to train with him? Imagine if they're pissed off of him as well. Obviously, firstly, probably pissed off of him. West Ham fans pissed off of him. The manager's pissed off of him, mate. He probably doesn't. No one probably wants to train with him currently. Now, this hasn't actually upset just West Ham fans. A lot of English fans have come out and said, obviously, that, you know, West Ham made this guy. Now, there was a vid that True Geordie made, actually. We come out and he was spot on critical of Payet, which I really recommend if you guys want to watch that. Now, I think this is pretty obvious. West Ham are believed to want £30 million for Payet, who is obviously currently their #1 asset and their current highest paid player on the books, basically. So, Marseille are like 10 to 11 million pound off the figure, it looks like. So, are they going to raise another third of the offer? You know, they're only offered 2/3 of what West Ham actually want. So, Payet obviously said to Bilic he wants to leave West Ham, and since then, West Ham went and played a game where he actually won 3-0 against Crystal Palace. Andy Carroll with an absolute banger of a goal. So, credit Andy Carroll. He stepped up, mate. He's the new Payet. So, yeah, I mean, there's going to be lots of comments in the comment section down below about Payet. Obviously, everyone's going to have their own opinion on it, and I don't think many of them are too good. I think everyone's pretty critical of him. No one's really happy about this decision. I mean, Marseille fans, if any of you are actually watching this video, then feel free to put it in the comment section down below, because I know most English people are certainly fuming about this. Now, I want to talk about a ridiculous rumour next, and that is it's just an absolute one that some newspapers just, you know, made it up, basically. It's not really got any solid stuff behind it, but, you know, a newspaper has reported on it. A source has actually come out and said it is a rumour, it's a possibility. So, you know, it's my job to sort of just talk about it, even though I don't think it's going to happen. And that is Messi to Manchester City. Now, I mean, yeah, everyone is already looking at me saying, Rossi, what are you actually on about, pal? This is absolutely BS. And you know what? You're probably right. It probably is bullshit. Actually, I know it probably is. Now, this is on The Guardian, alright? This is on The Guardian. They're reporting this. It's on their little rumour mill that they have. So this is what they've come out and said. Meanwhile, in Manchester, Pep Guardiola, obviously, he used to manage Messi. Oh, manage? Yeah, that's the right word. Now, he's come out and said what he's going to do before next weekend's big game against Spurs. He's already wowed his employers by describing how he's going to restore Man City to be, you know, the best club in the UK or whatever. And according to this, all he needs to implement it is time, understanding, and another £250 million, give or take, for the world record signing of Lionel Messi. Now, this, I'm not really sure if there's any rumour or any sources behind it actually linking Man City to Messi. I think everyone's just putting a bit of 2 and 2 together here. They're thinking Pep Guardiola needs to spend money. His team needs to be better. He's not really doing a good enough job so far. He used to manage Messi, so that just means suddenly he's going to be best pals with Messi, and suddenly Messi's going to want to play with him in the Premier League, and that Man City are a rich club and they can afford him. So everyone's just putting loads of different things together of why it could happen. You know, not really looking at will it happen. Personally, I don't think it will happen. I don't think Man City will spend that sort of money, even though they probably got it. I don't think Messi wants to come to the Premier League. He's actually come out and said recently he wants to stay at Barcelona for as long as they want him. And I'm pretty sure they want to keep Messi. I'm pretty sure of that. So for me, not going to happen. He is not going to come to the Premier League. Certainly not in January. Certainly not even in the summer, I'm going to say. So for me, absolute rubbish rumour. Let's move on to the next player. Not going to happen. This one is pretty weird. Not really one that I actually expected to see. But anyway, well, Benteke is actually been linked with a move to PSG. Although all the articles are saying that Christian Benteke is 100% committed to the Crystal Palace project, and apparently, according to his agent, the agent hasn't actually heard anything from PSG so far. So I'm not really sure where this rumour's actually come about, because his agent's come out and said there has been no contact with PSG. I think the rumours sort of stemmed from Cavani's looking to go to China. That deal was looking to be in advanced talks. That's looking to be done, and they need a replacement for him. They need to sign a new striker. They've lost Ibra and Cavani in, like, you know, half the season, technically 6 months. So if Cavani moves, they've got to sign someone. Now, is Benteke the right swap? Is he the right, you know, backup for Cavani? Apparently, Batshuayi of Chelsea is actually also rumoured to be going to PSG, so maybe a double signing there or one or the other. I'm not really too sure. Apparently, Sam Allardyce in an interview last week was compelled to announce that Benteke was not for sale, so obviously journalists were asking questions about that, hearing about the rumours of him moving as well. But yes, Benteke's agent, Eris Kismet, if I pronounced that wrong, Eris, I'm really, really sorry, pal, confirmed there had been no contact from PSG and reaffirmed that his 26-year-old client was focused on helping Palace climb up the table. Getting a bit already, like, I'm getting a bit excited about that. He's actually come out and said, I've read about it like you, but there are lots of rumours during this period, and I have not been contacted either directly or indirectly by PSG's representatives. So he's seen the rumours. He knows exactly where these rumours have come from, probably, but he's saying, you know, they're not true. So let's move on to the last and final player of this episode. And it is a player who's almost guaranteed to be moving clubs. I would say this is literally almost guaranteed to move in clubs. Anyway, we have Memphis Depay, Man United. He's close to a Lyon move for £14.7 million currently. Now, apparently contracts have been agreed. He spoke to Lyon. They know exactly what they want to pay him as a salary, and he's happy with that. The issue why this deal hasn't been done yet is because a fee hasn't been able to be agreed. Man United want £20 million, but obviously Lyon only offering like £15 million currently, so they're £5 million adrift. Can Lyon find the money? They've already agreed contract terms with Memphis. Can they agree that final £5 million? Apparently United are already prepared to accept half the fee they paid PSV for in 2015, because obviously he was a big talent. Everyone thought, you know, it's going to be absolutely fantastic, him at Man United, and it just hasn't really worked out for him, which is a massive shame. Coming from a Man United fan, it is a shame. But if I had to pick one of the transfers in this video that's almost guaranteed to happen, this one's pretty much guaranteed to happen, and Cavani looks like the next one. That one looks strong to happen. I'm going to go through the order of the players, alright? So you can see the players in the background now. I'm going to go through the players I think are most likely to move from 1 to 6, alright? Starting off at number 1, I do think the most likely one to move is Memphis to Lyon. Already agreed contract terms. That is absolutely huge. Going into number 2 then, I do think Cavani to China. I do think they are in advanced talks. I do think that one is very, very likely too. A little bit behind Memphis, but I think it's very, very likely too. The number 3rd spot, I'm going to have to say, is Payet to Marseille. He said he wants to go. Marseille have made 2 bids for him so far. All they got to do is make the 3rd bid and they'll get him potentially. The next ones are quite close. You know, you've got Benteke, you got Messi and Diego Costa, and you know, they're both all 3 of them are less likely, but I'm going to have to say Costa to China because he's obviously been kicked out of the team. He's now back in the team. He said he wants a new contract or he wants to leave, etc. So he looks like the most rustled out of a lot of them. Then it's Benteke to PSG. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think PSG are going to be that interested in Benteke. It could be wrong, but if Cavani goes, you never know what could happen. Last but not least, we do have Messi to Man City. That is not going to happen. Anyway, guys, make sure you subscribe to me for more transfer videos that happen a couple of times a week, and make sure you drop a like and a thumbs up down below. 5,000 likes. Did an extra player for you guys today. I'm out. Has some plays as always. Take it easy, guys. Peace.